Alright, so we haven't done a long form since the creation of my first ever video. But today I felt like doing a long form. Because it's the last day of the weekend where it's becoming Monday soon. I think we all need a long form. So, at least while I'm recording this, is Sunday. But it might be not Sunday when I post this. Anyways, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Demon Slayer katana out of materials, and I'm going to just show you guys the materials you'll need. For this, you're going to need a ruler. I'm just going to use a 30 centimeter ruler. You're going to need cardboard, like thick cardboard. You're going to need some markers. I'm going to be using some Ohuhu alcohol markers, but you can use any markers you want. You're also going to need a pencil, because pencils are quite useful, and I don't have it with me right now because I'm an idiot, but you're also going to want a fine liner or a black marker. Anyways, the dimension of a katana is roughly 100 centimeters, which is like 3 rulers and a bit. So you're going to want to trace down your ruler 3 times. I've already done it, sorry, but you're gonna want to trace your ruler 3 times to get the full length of a katana. But the part where it gets interesting is the handle is only 30 centimeters. So for the handle, you're just gonna want to use 1 ruler. So this is roughly the handle's size. You don't want anything bigger than this. You can get a bit bigger or a bit smaller, but I'm going to be doing 30 centimeters, while the rest of the katana will be 60 centimeters. So those are the dimensions you're going to need. I'll be back. As you can see, I'm doing Tandra's blade from Demon Slayer. So as I did a line in the middle. As in Demon Slayer katanas, they have this like line in the middle. I'm not sure what it's called. You can comment down below what it's called, but they have this like random line that will change the color from black to gray. So that's why I have black and gray. And then there's these little striking lines, which I didn't really find the dimensions, so I just freeballed it a bit. I did like 20 centimeters for each one, I'm pretty sure. So if you want to do that, that's how I did it. And it's pretty simple. For now, that's what you're going to want to do. So this will be the most annoying part. Oh, and I can't forget, Demon Slayer swords have this, well, every sword, at least katanas, will have this chip. So I just use the ruler. Like, it was usually like this, but I just used the ruler to make a line from the point and made a line so it looks like it has an edge. Mine won't be sharp, it's just for prop. And as you can see, it used to be a square, but I erased it. Anyways, let's get to the color. Like I said, you can use any colors. I'm using alcohol Ohuhu markers. They're great. You should go get some if you don't. But you can use Crayola, you can use pencil crayons, you can use anything you'd like, to be honest. I'm just using these as they're my favorite markers. I am going to be using the fine tip for these, if you know what the fine tip is. Anyways, this is what the first side looks. And this is what it looks like when I've finished the colors. It's still drying a bit, that's why it looks a bit streaky. But it's so far so good, and we're gonna move on to the handle. All right, for the handle, what I did here is I just drew these little square looking diamond things. Usually how katanas are usually made, they use like some kind of fabric to like almost like tie it, but I'm not a professional. This is just for fun, so I'm not gonna do that. If you would like to do that, you can. I'm not spending 10 hours of my life doing it. So instead I just drew these little guys. There's 5 on each side because the middle is like wrapped up. You'll see what I mean. All right, after finishing up the handle, it should look something like this. And I didn't specify exactly what colors I was using. So if you want specifically what colors, here's the black I'm using for the handle and the blade. The red I'm using for the handle. and the gray for the blade. All right, now that you know that, let's get down to cutting. Now that it's cut, it should look something like this, but this is not thick enough and it's super wobbly, so yep, we're gonna have to trace it. And I've already traced it, so you don't have to 3 times, which I'm hoping will be enough. And we're back to cutting once again. I used an X-Acto knife, but kids, if you're watching this, don't use an X-Acto knife without supervision, or you could cut yourself. Parental safety. Please, I don't want someone dying. All right, I made all 3 of the sides. I made 4 by accident, but guys, you're gonna only need 3. That's on me. I'm sorry if you made a 4th. But yeah, this is gonna be tedious, but one of them you're gonna want to do double-sided. This one's gonna be cheesed in the middle. One you need to do, it's not perfect as you can see, but it works. And now we're gonna have to hot glue these 3 together. As you can see, I have glued everything together, and it should be this thick. I don't know how big you want your cardboard. I had switched glues, and I have my reasons for why. It wasn't sticking the hot glue, so I switched to Elmer's glue. So if hot glue doesn't work, Elmer's glue will. Problem with Elmer's glue, and I have to let it dry. But with some books overnight, so it doesn't like break. I want it to keep together. But anyways, let's get to the guard. All right, I measured the hole size so that for the guard, this is the rough shape you're gonna want. Yes, I'm doing after the donut dies. And you're gonna need black, a red from before the bathroom floor, and I need to go get an orange. Here is the orange I'll be using. There you go. And here's the guard. I made it black on the back just so that if I ever feel like doing, I don't know what to say, like it will look cooler. And the front got all the colors. Now I'll put it all together for the final result. Here is the final result. It is sick. And here it looks sick as heck. I really like this blade. It's really nice and it's quite sturdy. I can't actually chop anything with it. It's still cardboard, guys, but I really like how I did the guard. I really like the black here. It makes it look really sick. But I really like this blade. And if you guys think this blade is cool, subscribe and comment down below if we should do another blade like this and which character's blade from Demon Slayer. You can make any weapon, maybe, besides maybe Guillaume's weapon. But anyways, subscribe.